Hello friends, today I just want to show you a little bit of a teeny project for any wreaths or anything that you're making, how to make a cute little bird nest. They sell these little bird nests pre-made, and but it's easy enough for you guys to make your own, and I just thought it would be nice to share how I make them. So of course you'll need some of this moss. And this nest has a little bit of a tinge, different color to it. I sprayed some alcohol sprays with glimmer mist in there, or like Pearl X or whatever in there. So this is how I made it. So you just grab some moss. I could cut some, grab some, whatever. It's a messy process a bit here, but moss is always kind of crazy. So it's an easy little embellishment, bird nest embellishment that you can use. And I think you can use them for Christmas as well. So, any type of time of year. So, you know, sometimes we just make our nests and we try to make it. This is how I've done it before. Just kind of make it like a little spot. But there is a better way to go about it. So I cut up a piece of cup and I just throw my nest in there. And that's what I do, really. Scrap, oops, that's not my garbage. Scrap my stuff here. So I have my Mod Podge, and I really have wet Mod Podge. It's the end of it, so it doesn't matter. So I can just use scrap Mod Podge for this. And I just wet my nest like this with my Mod Podge. And then you start forming a nest. Just like that. So you can make tons of nests, lots of water. I'm swirling my brush in there and wetting it. Tons of nests out of a pack of this stuff from the dollar store. So you stick your fingers in there and you just push down. Now you take your heat tool. Of course, you don't leave it just sitting in one spot. You kind of move it around. And it gets a little sticky if you got this one. And if there's crazy edges, that's okay. You can tuck them in after, or you can leave them a little bit on the crazy side. So then you just kind of push your fingers down, and you push down the center of your nest, making it a little space for the bird to sit, or eggs. And that's what I do. Now it's tacky. And you could put something on your hands or whatever to make it not so sticky for them. A cream or whatever you guys use for your hands. I don't worry about it too much. So you could tuck in any pieces that are sticking out if it's too crazy for what you want to do. So that's all you do is just a little kid's cup, cut it down. And you're moving your fingers around in there. And it's getting sticky, but that's okay. And see the nice shape I'm making it. And that's what you do. And now I can make a nest for any time of year. Pull it out. You got your nest shape. And then it's not going to pop up on you. And then you could put them in a cup and make an egg go in there. For a nature ornament, a bird, you know, anything like that, a wreath. You could do a wreath. So these would be cute little ornaments for your tree, and I think that yeah, it's so cute. Isn't that cute? And I think you can do them any time of year. Like I said, you can do them for Christmas. So let's see if we can decorate this guy here for the Christmas season. So a nice thing I find to collect every year, grab as many from the dollar store or Walmart or wherever, snowflakes as you can. You can never go wrong having these little snowflakes on hand. You can make anything with them, and you can add them to your pieces. So we are going to make this a Christmas nest, and what I'm going to do is might add a little bit more Mod Podge just on the bottom side of this, because I didn't do any on the bottom side of this part of the nest, but usually I do to keep it all from falling apart. But I was kind of showing you the back side. But this is a non-stick surface. You can even keep it in the cup if it's a wax covered cup or a little plastic covered cup to let that dry a bit. But just add a little bit on the outside. So then I'm just crossing my video view here. Is great video footage. So then you can just let that sort of tap onto itself. So yeah, I usually add a little bit of glue in the bottom, stick it in here, and as I'm pushing, it's getting stuck to itself too. And then it's on the plastic wax covered cup here in this case. And sometimes you can just use those little plastic cups and that works well too. And then you have a little bit better bottom. Now, like I was saying, keep all your snowflakes and that kind of thing. So this is going to be a very pretty bird right here like this with little snowflakes behind it and that kind of thing. So we can make this into a little Christmas ornament. This bird's quite old. You can see he's all cracked up. So we can add some snowflakes. I do have also, just buy whatever you can in snowflakes. I also got these crocheted ones. Very cute. That will look really nice with the nest. And I am going to also say that these would be really great to have with the nest as well. So if you're hanging a little crystal to the side, these are just acrylic ones, but they're great. They'll be cute. Decide on the little bird that we want. And I have my E6000. And I'm going to glue probably a couple of snowflakes here. Which ones do I want? Could even just glue it to the back of it like this and hang it. I'm going to glue it at an angle. Here's my E6000 and my crocheted snowflake. I'm going to use the thickest part of the nest that I have, and that's this side, and stick it to there. And be very patient. And hold that for a while. So I grabbed a few other things here. I have my nest here to the snowflake, and what I did is for a little while I was just pushing down on here like this, just so I don't get no E6000 on my fingers. And this is a cap I use for painting. It's just for dipping paint, you know, stamping with whatever. And that's what I did. So you can just use a cap to push down on some of your projects when you need to really push hard. And then of course this is a non-stick surface, so it doesn't really stick there. I got my string there, but so any E6000 come through will be okay and safe. So you do it on a non-stick surface, it will work good. And so I cut some flowers, I cut some lace. I'm just gonna put a little lace around my nest, just why not, because then it's just more pretty. So I'm gonna do that right now with my E6000. I got some roses and I got some really pretty paper roses with you know, stuff on it, glitter stuff. And you can make your own paper flowers, you can buy them, and that kind of thing. So it's easy to make this. So far I just had this from a yard sale trim. So you can get it from a yard sale off of whatever, clothing on from a yard sale. So I'm just kind of going around like this. My nest, I might go a little lower than what I had it, so then I still have nest showing. And I'm just going to push it against there. I'm going to grab my pearls here. And I always add a little extra glue on them when I'm gluing them on something with cloth, because it usually doesn't stick totally well. So mostly on the ends anyway. And then I glue my pearl trim on there. So I'm kind of just going whatever, making it kind of a girly, pretty, dainty nest. You can do whatever you want. You don't have to do it this way. You can make it look a little bit more realistic, naturey, and not have all the stuff on there. Or you could just totally bling it up the way you want. And this stuff is sticking to me. So I'm just throwing on some more of the E6000 so then it's permanent and doesn't peel off. And there is my, so far, my cute little nest. And of course I'm going to throw a flower on there. But I want to add to the back a piece like this, a snowflake got from the Dollarama last year, and add more snowflake. So decide where I want it. Do I want it in front or behind this other little snowflake? And I think I'm just going to add it right here, and I'm just going to throw a bunch of E6000 right there. And throw it right there. Oh, moving too fast here. Gotta let that dry. So I'm putting it down. Gotta let that dry. Okay. So I have this snowflake. I'm adding a third one. I'm just going to put my E6000 on it. And just like that. So now I got 3 wonderful snowflakes. This is the back side. And I'm going to probably put this little flower right here. I know it's kind of not looking like, what am I doing? It's hard to see. I could probably bring the camera down a tad more. I'm not sure if I can. Don't know. Let's see if that works for you guys. I'm going to throw some E6000 in the back of here. Whoa. I have some of the porcelain little flowers. Roses. And gotta kind of wonder if where I want the third one. Right there. So this is really like girly girl, pretty, shabby chic, I suppose, type of nest. But you guys can do whatever you want. This is just kind of like on the cuff. I'm like, here's an idea, but you can do whatever you want. And I just thought, well, a decorative nest to show you like on how I build my nests. So I just gotta be patient with the E6000 because it is still wet, but it's not like falling apart wet, which is really nice. And I think I'm going to use this as my hanger, but if not, I'll cut it off and use this. I'm not sure yet. And so far, this is it. A very pretty nest like this. And it's going to hang kind of forward. So, because the way this comes. So I might actually want to move my rose up. I want to have a rose showing. So I'm going to move my rose up from down here that was down there. I might have enough glue on there. This is my nest. Here's the inside. It's going to kind of hang forward like this. So you're going to see a lot of the open nest. I have pieces like this that have off a gift wrap flower things. I cut them all apart. I bought them so I can take these apart and use them in pieces. So I'm going to use that right here. I'm going to E6000 that right there with a dove. Just going to pile that on there and throw that like that. I'm going to throw a dove on there as well. I'm not really planning it. I'm just kind of like making it as I go. And I'm like, well, we'll fill this up. Of course, I want this to come down, so I kind of wanted this to come down over the nest a little bit, not to cover my nice snowflakes. So there's my dove. Still very cute, coming along. I wanted to put a crystal. I was thinking about putting a crystal maybe in the nest. I was going to hang it, but if I put them in the nest, it will look really pretty too. And I have some beads as well I could put in the nest. We'll see how they look. I might have to pick up some bigger beads. I'm not sure if I have bigger beads somewhere. Could put some beads in the nest with a jewel like this. And this is, I'm going with kind of a whites and off-white here. I might have probably should have went more whiter on the lace, but that's it so far. So I have things, I have these little pieces of jewels. I was thinking I could put them in there. Also, I got a few things from my birthday, pocket letters. So I could put things like that in there. Like this cute, adorable little bottle. That would be very cute in there. crystal thing. This is a gift from Happy Mail too. Well, it came with my charms, a swap. So I can have something like that on there. Isn't that pretty? Also too, I have different little jewels. In pieces like this that I could put in there. Isn't that a pretty little nest now? From my pocket letter. I also got this. That's cute. I could put lots of little charms or whatever in there, and I think I'm going to start gluing these things in. I'm going to use my E6000. And I'm going to glue some of these things in because I really like them. So, thank you guys. You guys recognize anything here? This is from my giveaway or my birthday. There, and this one. And there we go. Okay. There we go. Isn't that cute? There's a jewels in there, and my bird could come up a little bit more. So see, it's still, I can move it a bit more, but it's not wrecking the design. I just gotta get my E6000 to stick, and that's it. And hold a few things up, and I am going to grab my things like this, whatever these are called. Grab my pearls. Put some E6000 down here on my plastic where my pearls are here. And just fill my nest with some goodies. And that's what I'm going to do. Try to. There we go. And isn't that pretty? And what else did I have in there? I had my clock. Oh, I also have these beautiful jewels. They're just plastic, but they're really cute and blingy. I have this. That would be cute in there too, I think. I think I will put it in there. It's very cute. You could put like your steampunk things too and do a totally different look, kind of a steampunk look. But whatever. Isn't that cute? So it's gonna hang like that, and my nest is gonna be full of different little jewels and things. And I have a little bird in there, and I can add some glitter glue to them too. And I'm gonna add this little flower right in front from my last swap from Lisa Keen. And I still couldn't remember that one because that was my most recent little jewel. And there we go, guys. So that was just a little nest. And you could do whatever you want with it. So I hung it up, or I glued it to a snowflake that had ability to hang. And added more snowflakes and filled up my nest with jewels and flowers. So there we go. That is about it, really. And I hope you guys like this. And don't forget to craft like a duck and give it a try. Could do anything, anywhere around here. So this is cute, the little crown. So yeah. Isn't that cute? So I might fluff a little bit more, or I might not. I think I'll save that one. I think I just want to do one more jewel right here. And see, isn't that pretty? These little jewels. And yeah, you can just even grab little jewels like this and put them in the center of your snowflakes. A couple of them had them, but I added them to the other snowflakes. And collect, oh, this too, this is CDs. I painted the back of them with silver nail polish, and these are CDs I made. I have a video on that I made, and I use them quite often for just a little extras in my pieces. So, to add a little extra, I'll throw it right here actually. And it's just a little extra something. I put them in other pieces as well. And they're nice and light. So, there we go. Just like that. There's a little silver, nice CD. See how that turned out? These are cute. Look like shells or something, and I use them in my art quite often. So, there goes my flower. Anyways, that is it. I hope you guys, well, maybe I can do this one. This one's got it peeled right off the back, so it's clear. So that's really pretty. I'm actually going to use that as kind of a leaf. And then that's it. So I think that's it for my nest, guys. And getting it everywhere. And I'm going to stick them right here. It's a pretty hardy nest. Like I said, just a little bit of Mod Podge and water, and you're good to go. And now I will show you guys a picture of it hanging up as soon as everything's dry on there and stops falling off. Okay, I will see you guys soon. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.